Today on World Events, riots break out across Egypt in hopes of a government change. Muammar Gaddafi's people ride against him as well in Libya, but with one key difference. And entertainment, what you may have missed at the last Super Bowl. All that and more today, but first, a heartbreaking story from Japan. World Events, breaking news, world happenings, and your number 7,654,395th best source of news. Hello, welcome to World Events. I'm your host, Random Stick Figure Man. Today, our top story. On March 11th in Japan, a deadly tsunami ravages the coastal cities following an 8.9 earthquake, leaving homes and families destroyed. Perhaps a larger concern is the damaged power plants that survived the earthquake but could not survive the tsunami. Workers at the Fukushima plant fear a repeat of the 1986 Chernobyl disaster. Chernobyl is a city in what is now Ukraine, a former member of the Soviet Union. The plant in Chernobyl exploded, sending radiation worldwide. And now to the scene in Egypt. Here's our other reporter, Random Stick Figure Man 2. When the protesters started throwing rocks, riot control started throwing tear gas. Tear gas is a solution that riot control forces use to disperse crowds. They throw it into the center of the crowd, and it releases the volatile solution inside the canister, which causes the eyes, nose, mouth, and lungs to burn, also bringing tears to the eyes, which blinds the victim temporarily. Hosni Mubarak, the president of Egypt, says he refuses to step down. He will continue to remain in office until he is forced to leave or until the protests will stop. He's been in office well over 60 years, which is way longer than the term is supposed to be. And on the topic of riots, Libya attempts to follow in Egypt's footsteps by trying to get their leader, Muammar Gaddafi, to step down. Muammar Gaddafi is the military dictator of Libya. Few in the country support his rule, so there was no surprise when protests broke out. What started out as simple protests led into a full-fledged civil war. Gaddafi ordered fire on his people, and now the rebels are fighting back. The rebels and their firepower make a formidable opponent against pro-Gaddafi supporters. Unfortunately, many of the rebels are just untrained civilians who decided to rise against Gaddafi, but they say what they lack in training, they make up for in heart. And in completely unrelated news, Space Shuttle Discovery launched its last mission last February. Now, in unrelated news, completely unrelated to the previous unrelated story, the protests in Wisconsin about the government taking away union rights. Hundreds of Wisconsin citizens swarmed into the Capitol on the topic of union rights. A workers' union is a representative of the workers inside a company. Some senators of Wisconsin left the state so they did not have to vote, but eventually came back. The ruling, workers' rights have got to go. But now, as union rights are removed in more and more places, thousands are wondering, is Michigan next? Of course you've heard about the ludicrous gas prices. Here's a report on that from Stick Figure Man 5.3. Gas is up all around the country. Even worse, there is no signs of a decrease anywhere in the country. And in the topic you all been waiting for, the Super Bowl, Steelers lost. That's it for World News today. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.